Okay, hi everyone. I am very happy to finally make this video. I finally completed all the Gauls from my SPQR starter box. Life kind of got in the way of me painting and I had some low motivation, but this weekend I was finally able to sit down and do a lot of painting, thankfully, and I was able to finish everything. I've showed a lot of the figures in other videos, but now they're all together. And I'm also very excited because I was able to get a Hail Caesar starter box that has Romans and Celts and Gauls basically. It's the Roman invasion of Britain box, so I'm pretty happy about that. So I think by the end of this project, I'll have a decently sized Roman army and a decently sized Gaul army, and then the other good thing is that I can always mix the Celtic warriors in as mercenaries for bigger games with Hail Caesar. So I should get that at the mail this week at the time of my making this video, and I'll probably open it up and give a little review of what's inside. But now I'll get into the box, or the warriors. So over here we've got a unit of archers. This is the first unit out of the SPQR set I worked on. I really like these. They're resin, obviously from Warlord Games. This was when I was just starting to paint again, so I was a little rusty. There's only a few poses, but that's no big deal. Because honestly, more and more I prefer, for historicals, the monopose figures or single piece figures, just because most historical rule sets you're not really looking for unit customization, and when you need to do blocks and blocks of infantry, just having a handful of poses I think is preferable. But anyway, so those are the archers. I didn't really go with a uniform color scheme. I just kind of mixed and matched. Some of the color combinations I think turned out better than others. I think this Vallejo red turned out really red. This game color red and some red wash over top, I think that's a nice color. So I think the Romans, if I do the same thing, the Romans will look pretty good with their red highlights. Back here, this is the green and white Horde, and I gave them I think this is like the horn, and then their little standard with the standard bearer. The shield transfers in this I think are okay. Nothing to write home about, but I think I did okay on these guys. As you can see, you get a handful with full chainmail, and then you get most of them are just in a regular shirt or bare-chested, as you can see. I do like the warriors in chainmail, which is why I think if I ever make more Gauls, I will go to Aventine Miniatures that Ranger Wargaming and Triarius Wargaming recommend a lot, and get just some of the ones in mail, and those are also easier to set up in like a formation on a multi-base. And this guy, I was out of Gaul heads, so I figured, why not? I've got an extra Roman head. I can, he's picked up a Roman helmet, let's say. I'm sure, they probably wasn't this uniform in real life, but I just wanted to have some kind of set color scheme. And then over here, we've got the hero, so I just freshly based him. I'm pretty happy with how he turned out. I wanted to save the character for last after I had practiced a bit on just the regular infantry. And there he is. He's got the wolf pelt. And I decided to just give his shield a solid color. I didn't really like the transfers I had left. So I just went with a plain solid blue, light blue cloak, and green trousers, as you can see. Yeah, I think I did okay. Nicely sculpted miniature. I think you can only get this figure from Warlord in the SPQR set. And then I've got the the gray, blue, and green warband Horde, and these are the ones this is the unit I actually did first. So I'm pretty happy overall with how they turned out. And I think by the end I will have, I already have a nice force for SPQR with this that I've built already, if I want to use those rules, and I think I can definitely use this for a lot of other Ancients rules as well. And so I think, yeah, I think if you want an inexpensive Ancients starter set, I think this isn't a bad option. Like I've said in some of the past videos, if you're subscribed, I'm not a big fan of how the only option from Warlord for Celtic warriors is in this like rushing horde pose. I think they should, you know, maybe have like a mix of ones, you know, in like a formation, something like that. But anyway, just a small complaint. I'm just happy that I had miniatures to paint. I also think that starting this project with you know, a lot more limited resources, it's kind of made me a better hobbyist, because I had to, you know, tell myself, you know, I only have so much budget, and I have to basically try and finish this before I start something new, which I haven't quite done. But yeah, finishing this and then starting the next thing, instead of just buying a bunch of stuff and letting it sit around, because I can't really do that with, you know, my very small budget here. So and this was a really, honestly, it was really great that I was finally able to relax and relieve some stress with painting miniatures, which is I definitely need. And honestly, I forgot how much I needed it, just to take a break from my normal work of, you know, reading and translating all the time. It's just really mentally exhausting, and painting allows me to just turn that part of my brain off and just focus on doing something tactile and creative. So I think I'll wrap up. The next part I just have is to do the Romans, and I think the Romans I can paint pretty quickly. If you're just, if you haven't seen them on the channel in my past videos, I'll just show them real quick, some of the Roman options from this starter box. I think they're nicely made miniatures, just showing, you know, the different choices. So you get two units, basically, one with the pilum, the throwing the spear, and one with swords. And I think these I will be able to paint pretty quickly compared to the Gauls, because it's mostly chainmail, the sword, skin, you know, flesh tone, and the helmet. So I think I can probably paint these pretty quickly, because it's just not that many colors, except for the musician and the standard bearer that has the animal pelt on top, which I definitely like that about these Roman soldiers with the animal pelt. I think that's pretty cool. And then the Roman commander, I'll do him at the end after I finish the other Romans too, and I'll make sure to give him a little extra attention. But yeah, I think the Romans, I'll be able to paint them up pretty quickly. That's a nice thing about armored miniatures. It's, not too many colors. And I think with this Vallejo red, it'll help make the clothes pop out a little more. And one thing I did learn about this, I was a little surprised, I didn't know this, that some of the reference pictures on the internet, at this time, this is supposed to be Caesar's legions in Gaul, the Roman helmets were like a bronze color. I didn't know that. I guess I had it in my head, like Imperial Romans with the segmented armor. But anyway, that was just something I learned. So yeah, I think I'll get the Romans done. I don't want to give myself a big deadline, but I might be able to start working on them this week. We'll see. But anyway, that's the showcase. Thanks for watching, everyone. And I'll talk to you guys in the next video. Like I said, probably going to be a review of the Hail Caesar Roman Invasion of Britain starter box, and I'll show what you get in that. So thanks for watching, everyone, and I'll talk to you in the next one.